Elon Musk and, of course, former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy will have roles in his administration. They're going to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, which the President-elect said will dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures and restructure federal agencies. In other words, the Manhattan Project of our time. Let's bring in now former Defence Intelligence Analyst Paul Monk. Paul, I suspect there are a few bureaucrats in the US tonight who might be quietly changing their underwear at the thought of what's going to happen here. How much would this change the way government operates in the US, do you think?
Well, a great deal depends, of course, on how precisely and efficiently, dare I say, it's carried out. So let's be in no doubt that party politics and ideology are such aside. The US is running massive deficits and they're not sustainable. And the real thrust of those deficits, the real cause of them, is unfunded entitlement. So something has to be done. And Elon Musk, in his customary way, is such a visionary and an innovator who says, let's do something about this like we mean it. So I think that he's been appointed to this role is itself a very interesting development. But the question of precisely how to go about it when he's starting from scratch and doesn't himself have a substantial staff to work with to do the enormous amount of reviewing that would have to go into such a program gives one pause, because there are a lot of ways to get this wrong. I would hope the administration is not intimidated by the scale of the task and that they set about it in a systematic way. That remains to be seen.
And if there's anyone who can do it, I think it's Elon Musk. I just wish we could have one of these here. We found out today we've spent another $5 billion on more public servants. One person who is sort of trying to save his career as well under the Trump administration, of course, our very own Kevin Rudd. One of Trump's senior advisors, Dan Scavino Jr., posted this on X. It's a pretty pointed warning, I would have thought, to our ambassador to the United States. The time is running out.
Yes, well, in a sense, it would probably be running out even without Donald Trump winning the election, because Kevin is a Labor appointee and we may well have a Liberal or coalition government by halfway through next year. But the reality is that Kevin has a bad habit, of expressing strong opinions, personal opinions, out of turn. And Kim Beazley made a very sage remark at the time when Kevin was appointed, saying that Kevin needs to learn the role of an ambassador is not to express opinions, it is to cultivate relationships. But I think Kevin can't help himself, and the birds or the chickens are coming home to roost. It'll be interesting, therefore, to see what actually falls out of this in the next couple of months.
Yeah, we've got 50 seconds left, but I've been surprised by the reaction of some very learned people who've actually said, oh, well, there's really nothing much to worry about here, including his defenders has been Tony Abbott, which I was surprised by.
It is interesting. I'm not sure what motivated that. Maybe it's an ex-PM's club, because Turnbull has been defending him as well, and Turnbull pointedly, and I think very correctly, declined to endorse Kevin's, desire to become Secretary General of the United Nations. Heaven knows the UN's dysfunctional enough as it is, without having Kevin at the steering wheel. So I think it's probably fair to say that whatever one's criticisms of him, Kevin is a highly intelligent person, and he's doubtless done some good things while there. One of the things, as you know, he's just done is he's published a book on Xi Jinping. And
I'm sorry, Paul, we've run out of time. He is knowledgeable on China, but somehow I suspect this is going to be a problem. Thank you for joining me.